Welcome to the Craft Test, everyone. My name is Vanessa, and on today's DIY video, we're going to make 6 incredibly adorable and easy Easter projects using items from the Dollar Tree. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, where I post super quick and easy DIYs, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I post new videos every week. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Now let's get on with today's projects. So for the first project, I'm going to take contact paper from the Dollar Tree along with these wooden egg shapes. You can find them with all the other Easter decorations. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the wooden egg shape on the contact paper and trace it. So let's begin with this part. So now I'm going to cut out the egg shapes, both of them. I'm actually going to use the paper for the back and the front side in case I use these as ornaments. This way the wooden back doesn't show. Once I'm done cutting it, all we're going to do is cover the egg shapes with the contact paper. So let's continue. So now I'm going to start to lay down the contact paper. It's fairly easy to work with. This one is actually pretty smooth. I already did another project with it. So I'm going to make sure that I have all the edges covered, and if I have any extra on the side once I finish, I'm just going to trim them off with a scissor. So let's finish this part. So now that I have both pieces done, I'm going to take this pearl string that I have and I'm going to use it to trim the edges of both of the eggs. This way it gives it a little dimension and they don't look so flat. So with some hot glue, I'm just going to add the pearl beaded trim to the edges of both of the eggs. So let's continue with this. So now that I added the pearl trim to both eggs, I'm going to take this gray silvery satin ribbon that I have, and it's going to be my, I guess my hanging ribbon. I also made a bow with the same ribbon that I'm going to attach once I put in the string. So let's continue with this. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this little rose that I have. It's part of I have so many embellishments. I have no idea where I got this. I've had it for years. So I'm going to attach it to the center of the bow with hot glue in order to give it that final little elegant touch to it. I think it looks pretty cute. It has a little rhinestone in the middle, and I think it is perfect. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take gold leafing pen, and I'm just going to add little dots in the center of the flowers in order to give it a little pop. And once I'm done with this, these ornaments are ready to display. For project number 2, I'm going to take this bunny crafting kit, also from the Dollar Tree. I found it where all the Easter crafts are. I had never seen them before, but they were too cute for me to pass up. Now, they come with little bows that you can attach to the bunnies and little peach colored circles that you can use them for cheeks or for a tummy. So I decided that I'm going to do a couple of boy bunnies and a couple of girl bunnies. So once I'm done removing all of these circles from the felt that they're in, we're going to hot glue them. So let's finish this part. So now that I removed all of the pieces from the felt that they were attached to, I'm just taking little bits of hot glue and I'm going to glue them to each of the bunnies. I'm using a tweezer. This way it'll be a little bit easier for me to hold on to these pieces. So let's continue with this part. So now that I hot glued all of the pieces to the bunnies, I made some girl bunnies and boy bunnies. I'm going to take 2 of each and I'm going to hot glue them together because I want to create a 3-dimensional little figure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue the bottom part first, and then I'm going to use some polyfill to fill in all of these bunnies. So let's continue. So now that I did this first bunny, I'm going to hot glue the remaining edges that are open to secure it and keep it from opening. And I'm going to do the same thing for the remaining bunnies that I have left. And once that part is done, these little guys will be ready to display. For project number 3, I'm going to take these bunnies, which are a bunny garland. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. But instead of using it as garland, I'm going to try and make some 3D bunnies out of this. They have different colors and they are super cute now for spring. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the string from the banner. And then the second thing is I'm going to cut the tail off of one of the bunnies. because I need to make sure that the ears match up. Because some of the bunnies have the tails on the opposite sides. So I'm going to hide that part on the inside, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue the edges of the bunnies. We're going to do something similar as to what we did in the previous project. So let's do one side of the bunny, and then we're going to start to fill them. Let's continue. So now that I hot glued the first side of these two bunnies together, I'm going to take some of the same polyfill that I used for the previous project, and I'm going to stuff this bunny. I want it to give it a three-dimensional look. So let's continue stuffing the bunny, then we're going to seal the edges with hot glue. So now I finished all of the bunnies, and I love how they look. Some do have different colors on the back. They can be displayed on either side, but there was not two of each color, so I had to do with what I had. So to give it little finishing touches, I'm going to add these cute little satin bows to each of the bunnies. Some I'm going to use them as hair bows, and some I'm going to use as little tie bows. Again, to make boy bunnies and girl bunnies. Once I do this step, these little guys will be ready to display in a basket or on a mantle. They make a perfect little decor, and they don't even look like it was a banner. Let's finish this part. For project number 4, I'm going to use these pink wooden eggs that are from the Dollar Tree. You can find them where all the Easter decorations are, along with these adorable gingham pink bunnies. This is the first time I ever saw those. Some pink fine glitter and Mod Podge. I'm going to remove the string because I don't want to use that. And I'm going to apply a layer of Mod Podge on each of the eggs and then coat them with the pink very fine glitter to give it a little sparkle. So let's continue doing this. So I let the Mod Podge dry for a couple of hours, and now I'm just going to take 2 of the bunnies and hot glue them onto the egg. Pretty simple to do, and let's finish this part. The next step is I'm going to make some bows with this pink gingham ribbon that I have. You can get it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or any craft store. The ribbon is not from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to make some cute little simple bows in order to hide the little opening, the little circle that the eggs have. because again, I don't want them to be ornaments. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach them to the eggs with some hot glue. Let's continue. The final step is I'm going to take some of the wooden, I guess the Jenga blocks that you can get at the Dollar Tree. You can get those in the toy section. You get a box with a lot of them. I use them for many crafts. So I'm going to hot glue it to the back of each egg in order to create a stand. Because I want these little eggs to be standing in order for them to be part of my Easter decor. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue and attach it to the back of the egg all the way at the bottom. And once I'm done with this part, these little guys will be ready to display. So let's continue. For project number 5, I'm going to take this pink bunny table runner from the Dollar Tree. This is the first time that I have ever seen this at the Dollar Tree. It was where all the Easter decorations are. And it was the last one that was there. So I snatched it as soon as I saw it. And I'm going to use one of their glass cylinder vases. We're going to create a vase wrap in order to give it a hurricane lamp type of look. So the fact that these bunnies are felt, it's easy to attach them to the glass with hot glue and they won't fall off because it's a material and it's not heavy at all. So I'm going to put hot glue on the base and I'm going to start attaching it. Then I'm going to hot glue the little ears. So let's continue. So now I'm going to cut the second piece for the vase. I did one first large piece and then I'm going to cut the single bunny out. I'm going to try and give it a shape around the face as best as I can in order to match up the rest that I already have attached on the vase. So let's continue with this. For our last project, I'm going to use the same egg shapes that I used in the first project and different colors of acrylic paint. Now I'm going for sort of a peacock color combination. So I'm going to use a royal blue, a green, an aqua blue, and a purple. And I'm going to paint the egg in those colors. No specific patterns. I'm just going to eyeball it, I guess, and try and come up with a color combination that matches peacock feathers. So let's continue with this. So I'm going to use a little bit of water in order to smooth out the hard lines and give it a more cohesive look, as if the colors were basically melding into each other. So just a little bit of water throughout the entire egg and it will remove those harsh lines. So let's continue with this. So I let the eggs dry overnight, and the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use these butterfly die cuts from the Dollar Tree. They come 32 in a pack. You can find them in the floral section of the Dollar Tree. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hot glue 2 of these butterflies to each egg. So let's finish this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to coat both of these eggs with resin in order to give it that high gloss finished look. Now, when you work with resin, you do have to take proper precautions and make sure you're wearing the proper PPE, meaning rubber gloves, goggles or glasses, and a respirator. And even if you can, have a window open. It does have harsh chemicals. So now that I laid the resin on it, I'm going to make sure that I smooth it out a bit with a popsicle stick. And then I'm going to use my heat gun in order to blow out some of the bubbles that might form. Now, I haven't really worked with resin that much. This probably is my second project that I've done, but I am beginning to like it quite a bit because it gives your crafts or anything that you're working with such a high polished, shiny look. So let's finish with this. So all of the 6 projects are done. I can't wait to display them for Easter, and I'm really, really loving the way that they all turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell to get notified when I post new videos. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. See you all on my next DIY.